Where do vegans like me get our vitamin D? Well, from the sun, of course. I mean, come on. Can't you tell? Can you? Probably not. Hi, it's Emily from Bite Size Vegan, and welcome to another Vegan Nugget. Vitamin D is of course associated with the sun, but with estimates of around 70% of the population being deficient, we're apparently not getting the exposure we require. Now this is an oversimplification of the matter, as vitamin D comes in two basic forms, D2 and D3. D2 is present in vegetables and various supplements, and D3 is mainly formed from our skin's exposure to the sun, but is also present in a variety of animal products like fatty fish and their oils, beef liver, egg yolks, and fortified dairy and grain products. The fortified products, however, have marginal levels for the most part and are not well regulated. So what's a vegan, particularly a vegan in non-tropical climates, to do? Well, in this 5th video in my nutrient series with nutrition powerhouse Dr. Michael Greger of nutritionfacts.org, we'll tackle the vitamin D debacle.
Could you talk a little bit about vitamin D in, a plant-based diet? Where are we getting it? Is it beyond just exposing yourself to the sun, and how does all of that work?
So vitamin D is the sunshine vitamin. It's actually not a vitamin, but a hormone our skin makes when it's exposed to sunlight. Of course, depends on where you live on the planet. We evolved running around, naked in equatorial Africa, getting baked in the sun all day. We just weren't meant to live at such latitudes where during the winter months, up in Boston, for example, January, February, no matter how much you sunbathe naked on the commons, you are not going to make enough vitamin D. Now, there's some vitamin D you made in the summer that'll be stored in your fat. But your levels will dip below which we believe is optimal. So, particularly during the winter months or any time during the year, for people not getting enough midday sun, and for white enough people at low enough latitudes, 5 minutes forearms and face, can be enough of midday sun. But particularly at higher latitudes with darker skin, people that are older, or those that have jobs inside all day, no matter how sunny it is outside, should get their vitamin D from vitamin D supplements. So I recommend for people not getting enough midday sun to take 2,000 international units of vitamin D a day, which is what I do.
Do you know, are there any vitamin D supplements that you're aware of that don't have their source from lanolin or any sheep sources?
Oh yeah, so all D2 sources come from fungi, from mushrooms, and there are now plant-based sources of D3, which is made from lichen. And the studies showing that vitamin D, optimal vitamin D levels associated with longer life have come from vitamin D3 studies. So I encourage people, D3 is better just because we have data there. So you can get plant-based or animal-based D3 just as easily.
I hope you enjoyed hearing from Dr. Greger on this matter. Just a note, vitamin D is essential for bone health as it helps calcium get from our intestines to our bones. You can find out all about calcium in a vegan diet in this video. It also helps with muscle function and is associated with lower risks of breast and colon cancer. Vitamin D may also play a role in mood stabilization and fighting depression. As Dr. Greger said, depending on where you live and even your body's individual absorption issues, you may not be getting adequate vitamin D, regardless of your diet. We were intended to get our D from the sun, but as most of us are no longer running around naked in the tropical sun and feeling the rays lap our skin with their warm embrace, well, this is awkward. There are areas of the world where sun-based vitamin D is simply not available for long stretches of time. Dietarily, there now exist UV-exposed mushrooms that contain vitamin D. Mushrooms naturally produce and store the vitamin when exposed to sunlight, but don't tend to grow in sunlight, so farmers have taken to briefly exposing harvested mushrooms to UV light. This can also be accomplished by leaving them in the sun. However, then, they shrivel up. Ew. No, ew. So, if you want to supplement, how do you ensure the sources are vegan? Well, D2 is always vegan, as it's a plant-based source. But D3, which is commonly used in supplements and vitamin D fortified grains, juices, and other products, comes from lanolin, which is derived from sheep's wool. Now, if you're thinking, what's the big deal? It's not like sheep are dying for their wool. Please see my video on whether wool is vegan. Up until more recent years, there were no vegan vitamin D3 supplements. However, now there are several brands of vegan D3 on the market derived from lichen. I have links to the vegan D3 supplements and further reading in the blog post for this video, which is linked in the video description below and in the info card sidebar. Now, I personally don't eat any fortified foods, so when I enter my food intake into Cronometer, my vitamin D always looks kinda sad. But I am sure to expose myself to sunlight regularly, and when living in less friendly climates, I will supplement with vegan options. Now, a word of caution, you can take too many vitamin D supplements, resulting in high blood calcium levels, which can lead to nausea, constipation, confusion, abnormal heart rhythm, and even kidney stones. So please stay within doctor-recommended doses. So, to track your own vitamin D, check out Cronometer. You can enter your meals and activity to make sure you're right where you want to be. You can even go and create your own food, select supplement, and enter the data for the supplement you take. Then, in your day's nutrition report, you can have the option of showing or hiding your supplements to see where your diet alone measures up. Pretty freaking cool, right? So cool that they're actually sponsoring this video to get this information out. And the best part? It's totally free to use these services. Be sure to use the link in the video description below to make your free profile so they know that Bite Size Vegan sent you. I myself just found out about the supplement option on there and kind of had a nerdgasm. Too much. Anyways, if you enjoyed basking in the rays of vegan education, give the video a big thumbs up and share it around to spread the nutritional truth. If you're new here, be sure to hit that big red subscribe button down there for more awesome vegan content every Monday, Wednesday, and some Fridays. And not to miss out on the rest of the videos with Dr. Greger. You can find the playlist with all of the videos so far in the info card sidebar and in the video description below. If you want to help keep Bite Size Vegan educating, please check out either of the support links in the video description below, and for perks and rewards for your support, just click on the Nugget Army icon there, or the link in the description for more info on joining up. You can also find it in the info card sidebar. And hey, while you're here, go ahead and check out some of my related videos. Now go live vegan, get your D ethically, and I'll see you soon. Where do I get my sun from? Vitamin D, not sun. From the sun. These are actually the sunglasses I wear. They go over glasses. I'm too cheap to get a prescription, so rock it out like an old lady who just got her eyes dilated.